Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
It's cool. Victoria, Australia? How have you got here?
Here? In England?
Well, they don't know that.
We could be anywhere.
Yeah, if you can't tell by the accent.
Could be anywhere. We could have
Anywhere.
moved. We could have moved.
Yeah!
Right?
Yeah, we can't buy cameras, but we'll move country.
Should have been born on Arrakis, mate.
Oh, because we're doing Dune!
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Definitely Serious.
Oh!
You see what I did there?
From a radio announcer.
Yeah,
What's
thank you
going on?
very much. Hello there and welcome back to another episode of Definitely Serious.
Yay.
I'm Kieran, this is...
Joe.
And we're doing...
Dune.
Dooney Dune.
I'll tell you what, mate, you've got a face for radio.
Thank you. That means so much.
Do you get it?
That means so much.
You get it then?
I'm choosing to be kind here.
Okay.
We're
Dune.
doing Dune. One of my bloody favourites.
And one of mine not. No, we're going to work through that.
We've built this up now for multiple weeks.
And just,
We've been mentioning it since the start.
yeah, and I will say the world's been building it up.
For
You know what I
quite
mean?
some time.
The way people speak about Dune.
Rightfully so, some would say.
Yep.
Rightfully so.
I'll get straight into it, man. I really like the logo because it's just the
Yeah,
same
it's-
symbol 4 times.
Yeah, I was wondering if you'd clock that.
So I was like, oh my god, the D and the E are the same. Then I was like, no way, the U and the N are the same as
So
well.
simple, right?
But it looks cool.
It does look
And I was like,
simple.
you know what? That's cool.
Sometimes less is more.
Wow.
As they say, dreams are messages from the deep. The opening title card.
Oh, that is.
Uh,
And we also,
yeah.
do we tell them at our screening? Because we're special.
We had a little sneak peek
Yeah.
for Dune 2.
Which, ironically, is actually cool. I don't think I've never done it like that.
No,
before.
I've never had that.
So that's cool.
And it was in IMAX. We saw it in IMAX
Oh,
cinemas.
lads.
I've seen it in IMAX.
I've not. Oh yeah, this is my first time watching it, by the way. Ever.
Yeah, I've been hyping this up to Beck as well because she's seen it, but we've not had a full chat. So this will just be my chance to just plunge in all the lore I can, mate.
So then, when you have the chat, it's saved on some time.
It's pre-saved. She's
okay.
got stuff to build on.
You can say that, and she'll go, "Oh yeah, I know that."
So this is based on Frank Herbert's hit book
Novel.
you could say.
Oh, is it any pictures, mate?
No, there isn't. And
Okay.
well, I'm sure there'll actually be versions with pictures.
Yeah, there should be.
Of surprisingly the same name. Very influential sci-fi.
Also a hit in 1984, sci-fi classic.
Yeah. Do you know there's
For the
another
time, mate, it was
TV
impressive.
series with James McAvoy called The Children of Dune that's got him as Paul's son?
Okay.
Yeah, now you've changed the game.
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy.
One of my favourite actors
Yeah.
of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, now we are talking.
Yeah.
Is
he
it
was in
good?
I have not seen it. I'm not too sure.
I'm
I know.
just saying-
Children of Dune is a decent book.
TV show.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah, I've seen the
scream.
budget, mate.
Yeah, it's giving Stargate.
Yeah. I think you've hit the nail on the head,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah. Which
Uh,
I've never watched. So
yeah,
you might be
but
right.
I know the vibe. So this is basically what Lord of the Rings is to fantasy, what it is to sci-fi, in terms of its influence. George Lucas has said there is no Star Wars if he hadn't have read Dune.
Wow.
In terms of like the inspiration, you can see a lot of the inspiration. I mean, Tatooine, desert planet.
Yeah. Yeah, fairs. And also I will
Sarlacc pit is just the inside mouth of a
Sandworm.
yeah.
Yeah. And I will also say
Yeah.
a few Elder Scrolls vibes. And
Yeah.
I am very aware that
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls came out after the book, so
Yeah.
they genuinely probably did just take some inspiration.
Probably, yeah.
Like, do you know,
The voice as well is what kind of gave him inspiration for the Force.
which also is just
It's just-
the
it's-
thing from Skyrim.
It's Jedi mind trick, literally.
Yeah.
It's just the Jedi. So it's
It's cool.
even in because it does have influence in fantasy. Like George R. R. Martin said, a lot of the
Is that Game of
inspiration,
Thrones?
yeah, was for Game of Thrones because that's a lot of houses and stuff. The later books get into like the housing.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that. I can't think.
because a lot of sci-fi doesn't do that.
Yeah, what's the earliest houses? Because for me, it was Elder Scrolls, but obviously Dune,
I
the
think
book
maybe
came out ages ago.
Like houses as we know it, I'd probably say Dune.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you know that as
Yeah.
houses, what houses
And
are
as
in
well,
this?
it has the sci-fi thing, and it's heavily used on swords there,
Yeah, it's a
which
cool
makes
sci-fi.
and that's probably where the lightsaber thing came from.
Yeah, and even the attire it's weird because it's very futuristic, but then also it's
like medieval armor type shit.
What's the them people that have the little space helmet
At
the start?
The guild navigators.
Them, they've got them weird, funky sci-fi helmets, but then they're just in literal robes.
Mm-hmm.
Like the mix of that is cool. That leads
like human traditions. They're still on these other planets, but they're doing these pointless ceremonies.
Yeah, that sort
and it's
of
just
thing.
like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
I thought it's already done.
Yeah, isn't this the whole reason of advancing, where we drop all this shit?
Because they literally ask how many spice and money did they use for this trip just for him to put a ring into some melted gold.
Yeah.
Good vibes.
Brother, they just came here to melt a candle.
That's literally it.
Light a candle.
And read off some scroll. Yapper.
Yapper. Yeah, if you not got fucking...
He's a hype man. He's an intergalactic hype man.
If you not got a phone...
Yeah.
Drop me a WhatsApp.
Very successful thing. Denis Villeneuve is a very famous director. Dennis. He's built his name up quite a lot. Yep. He's had a lot of bangers.
His name is Dennis.
Yeah. He's amazing, if I'm honest with you. He is one of the best.
Give a list a few off.
I will go with it. Enemy was his first one.
Okay.
It's got Jake Gyllenhaal in. I've only recently just watched that, as in literally 4 days ago.
Is it good?
Very good, very different. I'll get to why you can see the similarities there. Arrival, the aliens with the language circle thing, that was him.
Okay.
Blade Runner, Prisoners with Hugh Jackman, we mentioned it.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird, that. Because...
It's got versatility.
Half of it seems extremely grounded,
and then
realistic
big sci-fi
stuff, and then the rest of it's like the most mental sci-fi. It's not even just soft sci-fi.
Because he did Blade Runner.
Yeah, that's heavy.
So he did Sicario.
Did he do that?
Yeah. Like, he's got versatility.
Yeah, what the actual
I know, I like Nolan, I love Nolan, but in terms of like big blockbuster guys, I think Denis is the guy, because he can do very different type of films, like very easily.
I'm going to be honest, for that specific, I don't think you can, Nolan is just Nolan, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I like this guy, like...
that is insane.
I know he can change it if he needs to, do you know what I mean? Like, this Dune isn't the same as Sicario.
That's a film about like child trafficking.
Yeah, and all the drug cartel shit, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
I think I watched that.
I think we might have watched it together.
You know where's?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think we did actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, tense film. I obviously love this film quite a lot, mate. What do you think?
So...
Walk me through it.
I'm going to just get this out the fucking way. You obviously know my distaste towards Timothée Chalamet. It has lessened. It isn't a distaste. I just still don't see it, lads. I don't. The way you man have been talking. So is this Leo? Is this Robert De Niro? Is it lads? He's all right.
No, he's good. He's
no, but like, bro, he's not as good as James McAvoy. And the way people, why has he not been hyped up as much?
That's true.
So why has Timothy been hyped up?
You know why?
Is it literally because he's attractive?
Yeah, like on some level, of course, it definitely is for people. Let's
be real. That is sad, though, isn't it?
It's just the way of the world, mate. It's just the way of the world. There's nothing I can do for you there.
Like, is he a better actor than David Tennant?
No. But he's not.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
He's an extremely talented actor, to be fair to him. Like, of all the white boys, the young white boys around this time...
I will say, if you compare him to Tom Holland...
Yeah.
But, like...
Out of all them...
Compare him to the guy from Holdovers...
No. Same sort of vibe.
Okay, he's only been in one film, to be fair.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But yeah, Timothy's, like, in terms of his age range and his other surround, he's amazing. And I do think he's very talented.
Yeah, so do I, but like, relax a bit, lads. Seriously, relax. Yeah,
but
everyone else
asked
in
about
it,
your opinion on the film, not Timothy.
Yeah, no, I had to get out of the way. Everyone else in it,
yeah,
fire. I will also comment on the Timothy thing. It might just be a character thing as well.
Paul Atreides.
I didn't necessarily love the character, but I loved everyone else. Oscar's fire.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac's great.
Who's the Ferguson?
Rebecca Ferguson.
Fire.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't. Everyone is fire.
Yeah, like it's a stacked cast.
Who's the
Javier Bardem?
Him. What the fuck's he doing here,
mate? When was the last time you saw like a cast like this that just had so many like big hitters in a massive blockbuster? Literally everyone's in this.
It's even more than like Oppenheimer.
It's,
you know,
it's so much more.
Oppenheimer and went, whoa. It's like every single person in this movie is someone.
This has got like more stars in it than like the Avengers now.
Why is that guy from? Is it Asteroid City? Is that the guy? David Schwartz or whatever his name is? No, it's not him. The other one.
I know who you mean.
The guy who didn't have any eyebrows.
Oh, he's been in loads of stuff, but I know.
Why is he in here?
Yeah, he's in. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I need to know his name, man.
He's in Ant-Man. He's in The Dark Knight. He's in Prisoners.
He's in Dark Knight?
Yeah, mate. As one of the Joker's soldier guys.
Oh, yes!
Bro, he's in...
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How long's he been around for?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Jason Momoa's in this.
Yeah, and considering the second film as well, Florence Pugh, Christopher Walken's in it. Yeah. He's coming in.
Right. Okay.
Austin Butler, mate. When have you seen films have
Josh Brolin's already in
every
it.
Hollywood star's in these films, mate.
Stellan Skarsgård.
Yeah, like
the woman from Waters of Mars.
Yeah, the big hitter.
David.
Who gives an amazing performance.
I cannot say his last
yeah,
name.
we know
his
who it
name's
is.
David. He's fire. Like, how is everyone in this?
The cast in this is fucking mental.
How do you sit them all down?
And I can honestly say this, it genuinely doesn't feel like they're in it just because they're the big names. Like, a lot of them feel good for the role, if I'm honest with you.
The only one that stuck out to me,
Yeah.
but it might just because they're, especially with our generation, their next level fame,
Yeah.
Tim and Zendaya. I couldn't not see Tim and Zendaya.
I can actually... It's Zendaya's a problem for me, but we haven't seen her yet. It might be different.
I will say that little preview bit we saw, still Zendaya.
Denis' film, I think he's going to do this in between Dune 2 and Dune Messiah.
Okay, is that the third one?
Yeah, that's the third one. They might carry it on, but he said he just wants to do that. For him, that's just going to be like his little, like the Lord of the Rings, just his little trilogy. But there's more books.
Okay.
But he just wants to
So
do that.
he's keeping it as a 3.
And then he just wants... He's like... Anyone else can, but he wants to then go and do his other films.
Okay.
But he's always wanted to do Dune. But he's going to do a Cleopatra film.
With
Zendaya. Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe he must... Like, I'm not saying she's talented. I'll clear the air. I've not seen her in much. So I can't judge it. But yeah. He wouldn't have done it if he didn't.
That might be the issue. I've seen her as Zendaya more than in a film.
Because she is just a performer.
She's
persona.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Same with Timothy though. Like what? Like lads, at some point we need to pull back on the interviews with puppies. You know what I mean?
True.
Maybe that's why a little bit of the magic's been lost.
I don't want to see the quickfire questions anymore.
No, but do you think about it? Maybe that's why the magic's been lost.
Like this, yeah.
Because like everyone talks
the
about
mystery
the 90s,
of stars.
80s,
Yeah.
2000s. Because you didn't see them.
Bro, mate.
Oh my God.
Why am I seeing Timothy in a fucking pool in Spain with one of his girls? Like, relax.
Yeah.
I know Tim definitely gets about.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Everyone wants him. I know that's got to his head.
Wow. But I think someone said it about Marvel stuff. It's more about stars than characters. I think that's just the way the industry going in general.
Yeah, I agree. But I think he's a very good Paul, to be fair to him.
Yeah, again, it might just be I'm not in love with Paul as a character.
Yeah.
But again, it's only the first part.
Bro, we'll go in a different direction.
Will I like it? Without spoilers, does bro get a little bit too... Ooh, I'm a bit strong.
It'll be like light spoilers, but yeah, so if you don't want to listen, don't listen, but like, it's just part of the game.
Yeah, grow up.
It's like a book series.
The book's been out for fucking ages.
Yeah.
If you haven't read Dune by now.
Yeah.
If you not watched the 1984
a lot of things happened.
Does he get a bit power hungry?
So the whole thing with this and Paul is he's a deconstruction of the Chosen One trope.
Right.
And the white saviour type. Like, he's, like, you've got your... like, realistically, the stuff Harry Potter went through, he would be a bit mental. Do you know what I mean? Like a young boy being thrust into all this power and stuff. Like, that's why he's like, with the future thing, he sees a holy war in his name. Who do you think starts that war? Like, bruh is not... He's okay in this. He's not a hero, mate.
Oh, I might like him.
He's not a hero.
That might be... He felt a bit too...
stiff
in this.
One of the scenes in this... I'm sorry, guys, I'm just going to jump around, but I'm too passionate to stay in control.
Kieran, go off. Go off, King.
There's a bit... When you think... When his dad dies, but then he's having the conversation with his mum and Leah Kynes, who's the doctor, judge of the change. And he starts literally saying, what if I offered the Emperor a deal, another alternative about marriage and stuff?
Yeah, well, I'll go shag his fucking daughter.
Bro, so she says, like, you're just a boy in the desert. His dad's just died. He's lost his army. Lots of his friends have probably died. He's already thinking politically and thinking, I could go for the throne here. Like, he's got the brain to go a bit.
I will say, I did like that bit. I liked it.
And just think, with what happens in this end of this film, he gets desert power is within his reach, and he now gets in a hold of him people who think he's a prophet, and these people are some of the most dangerous people in the galaxy.
Kieran,
you give him that much power.
Kieran, right? So you know all the visions we saw. Mm-hmm. That's not actually it. He makes that
to an extent, yeah. Like a lot of the struggle from him, especially like in the book, you get to see his mind.
Yeah,
he's fighting with these visions. It's that whole Greek thing. And most people find their destiny trying to avoid it because he doesn't start off evil or anything like that. But it's just you hand this boy who loses so much all this power, but has one of the most powerful. Like that future where it shows it's Zendaya on the hill and she looks down, and it's the people coming out the sand. And because of him, they're now Fremen with futuristic armor because they're just fighting in their like still suits and stuff.
Oh my god!
What if you give these people armor and shields?
Hang on, because that scene sort of happens twice, innit? Where he's atop looking at it, and then there's another one where he's actually in the fight. Hang on, sorry, I believe I'm actually in now.
Hold on, he's in.
No, but because I've been thinking he is that stereotypical the saviour type shit, but he's actually not.
It's a whole deconstruction. He's not the saviour. Because even they mention it. That's why this world is so interesting to me. Because it's the whole Chosen One thing, which it's not a trope I dislike, but it's the most overdone trope.
Yeah.
They mention it in this film how it's the Bene Gesserit are this like the sisterhood, you know the classic trope of fantasy sci-fi, the secret society. Cool.
The women who do the thing with the Eighth Doctor.
Yeah, the Sisterhood of Can. That they've, I've got that in the roster. But they've literally, their whole thing is, I'm just lore dumping here, but it's fine.
Go for it, I need the lore.
Obviously, they mentioned the genetics. They've been planting.
Yeah, they've been crossbreeding.
Like, for thousands of years.
Yeah.
To get the Lisan al-Gaib.
Yeah.
Which is someone who can master the voice and see accurate futures consistently without spice. That's the whole thing. He won't need spice to do any of this. The spice, obviously for Paul, the spice enhances it, but he can do it.
That's what I was going to say. Like, what if you do give him it, though?
Exactly. Bro's just... he's got an Infinity Stone at that point. Do you know what I mean?
And you're telling me they've just sent him to the place with all the spice?
The whole thing as well with Bene Gesserit, when she says you were supposed to have no male sons, Bene Gesserit's gained such control of like their bodies and their voice and stuff, they can control their bodies' chemistry that they can make them female.
Oh.
Make them female. Because she was married to...
Oscar.
Letter, we'll call him Oscar, but Duke, the Letter, just for political reasons, but she actually fell in love with him. He wanted a son, so when she was sensing that it was organically going for a son,
she left it to this thing.
But the thing is that Paul is the one, quote unquote, but this has now happened centuries before. It's happened like 2 centuries before it was meant to happen.
Because of what she did with having a son.
Yeah, so that's why that society were fuming with her. Was like, you've
So, like, what should have happened is Paul should have been a girl, and they should have had kids, and they should have had kids,
eventually
and they should have had
it would have happened.
Right.
But then, now it's like, you've
so
messed
did the
up our
mother
plans.
literally just do it out of love?
Yeah.
So surely that has some positives to
it. Does, but at
his
the same time,
makeup.
she has bred him for that as well. It's a cause did you notice?
Bro just set off in his emergency alert thing.
That's literally. I did. Sorry about that.
Bro held on
they
the
sensed fire. They sensed fire.
Is that what it was?
No, I was speaking fire. There's no fire in this house at this point.
That would be really awkward.
But they have a weird relationship of like the power dynamic's not completely mother and son.
I did notice that there was something weird
with when they were changing the stuff.
Yeah, I was like, why is he feeling the one in charge?
Yeah. And it's just when they're having to change and get naked. It's weird. It's meant to feel weird, but it's just a very weird relationship.
Because it's not meant to have happened.
No.
So he's the one, but he's not the one.
Well, now because everything's messed up, he's now gaining all this power. He shouldn't have. It's just messed everything up. And now...
Was the one always meant to be good, though?
Not necessarily, but this is just messed up. They're not... Okay. It's not as prearranged. And I said to that bit when he's doing puts his hand in the box.
Yes.
That's why she's so freaked out, because she's reading his mind. When he sees the future of the Arrakis on fire as well. She sees it too. No male can ever survive that.
Why?
It's just so impossibly hard to like resist the impulse to do it. I don't know there's a reason. I can't remember exactly.
Is it just that men can't control their emotions?
I don't know if it's that, but there's a reason, and he's the first male to ever do that. I've got this wrong a tiny bit, but they very rarely use the Gom Jabbar on males. We don't know why, but then in the books it reveals that most Fremen males try it as a coming of age test.
Okay.
So maybe it's a culture. It's a Fremen male. Maybe it's something to do with the spice that they can survive it.
Yeah.
Because like when Paul starts to look up and he like masters the pain, he's just like staring at her.
Yeah.
And that's when she starts to see into his future and he's like, nah, fucking Jessica's messed up the prophecy here.
Okay.
Why is he doing this stuff?
And I also quite like the thing of that they did in that scene where they were like, if you reacted to that,
you're dead anyway, mate.
yeah. We're going to kill you because you can't.
It's to see if it's a test of like if you're a human and not just basing on your animal instincts.
Yeah.
Like can you resist this?
If you react to this, you're going to react to shit, and you can't react when
we
you've got
can't,
this level of power.
Yeah.
Which I really like.
It's
that
a
sort
decent.
of added,
yeah.
I was like, okay, there's levels.
And like the whole prophecy, like they mentioned it, there is the chosen one thing, like the whole Listen Al Gaib thing. It's not. It's a prophecy, yeah, but it's like because Frank Herbert was a very cynic on religion,
Right.
and how it's used to control people. A lot of these Fremen have based their religion on the Listen Al Gaib,
Yeah.
which they see in Paul. That's just because the Bene Gesserit planted it 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, because he said that.
Yeah.
Where I was like, do they see what they see, or do they see what they've been told to
Yeah,
see?
it's literally they purposely orchestrated this religion. Like that's a lot of Frank Herbert's opinions on religion came out in this. It's just how it's used to control people.
Ooh.
That's like Paul is basically using the Middle East for his gains. That's what he does. Like in the future scene when he looks at the vision and it's him and Zendaya on that ship and they're all down there chanting.
Yeah.
They're on his planet and they're Fremen who don't really care about other planets. Like he's twisted them for his religious war spreading across the universe, mate.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I quite like him.
Yeah, he goes a bit crazy, man.
Yeah, I like that. I thought
it's
he
a
was.
realistic take of what happens when you give someone like that.
Yeah, no,
power.
We need more stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, again, it's very rogue because it's just what I know. But is it like Time Lord Victorious vibes?
A bit, yeah.
You know, it's like okay, something this big.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah.
to do what you meant
But
to do.
it's like it's not a complete villain. It's like an anti-hero type way. Because there's good in him. You can see that in this film.
Yeah, I think he actually likes the Fremen, no?
Oh yeah, he likes them, but
He appreciates them.
war crimes are about to be crazy. Like those bodies, you know, when he was looking in the future,
the
and he
burning
was on fire.
pile of bodies, mate. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I looked at that and was like, whoa.
Yeah, mate.
Didn't know we were going there.
Why are we going a bit crazy? So yeah, but anyway,
Cool.
just to jump, that's just the law dumping. But just to jump up to the start, I mentioned it a bit. I think in terms of directing, the first like 30 minutes, when we're not on Arrakis, there's usually always water
Yes.
in just the scene. Because obviously Caledon's a water world anyway, but there's usually a cup or they're drinking in the scene.
Yeah, well, they do the first voice thing centered around
Just-
water, innit?
It just builds up for when you eventually go to Arrakis. It really just heightens how little of it there is and how much water it didn't mean to them there. But that glass of water on Arrakis would have been like a fucking holy grail.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But they're just drinking it for breakfast.
Yeah, well, I like the palm tree bit. That was cool.
Yeah, when he's just like, should we save it? And he's like, whoa, 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 this is sacred. And knowing that they're just gone now.
Yeah, but also they should have been. Why
Yeah,
are
they
we
should have
wasting
been.
this much? 100 people a day
Yeah.
on some trees,
That guy was
mate.
cool as well. I've always thought it was just a really cool part of the film. You know, the guy was just watering the plant.
Yeah, but he's wrong.
Oh, he is. But
He's been
bro's
brainwashed. He's
tripped
a
out.
mug.
Some as well.
Go on.
The costume design in this is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it's unreal. Fair play.
Like Jessica's
Prosthetics.
outfits, you know, when she walks onto the planet, she's got the golden fucking.
You know what I noticed? The heels were sick.
Yes.
So, you know, like the Japanese shoes where they got the little wedges?
Yeah.
But then they had that, but the rest of them were styled like normal shoes. And I thought that was fire.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a cool crossing
I
of
agree.
stuff that you see in sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
no, it was,
I like the Guild of the Changers. You know, when there's all those people walking down,
yeah.
you see them for one scene and they're just dripped out.
Yeah.
It's just like that. It builds the world.
Are they the ones that come out of the ship when it's like really raining?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are they wearing what they're wearing? It's not, do you know how they just covered their entire body in like a big blanket thing?
They're
It looks
just
so
they're just
fire.
like covered in spice, man. That's what it is. You
Hot
gotta get them
boxing,
like that.
mate.
But I was
Hot
on the
boxing
skooma.
inside the-
Me when I use the skooma to travel across Tamriel, which is the best path.
We love skooma.
Yeah, and then so like I think that's very good.
Oh my god.
In like establishing stuff. But I think with Denis, his biggest strength is he's very good at like establishing scale of things.
Yeah.
Like the scale of that ship when they land.
Yeah.
A lot of detail is put into it. When the thing rises from the water
That-
at the start was amazing.
Fire.
The stuff with the worm.
Yeah. No, it was.
a lot of the stuff in like establishing scale. 'Cause that's a lot what isn't been done for in a lot of his other films.
Okay.
Like, so I watched Enemy, which is his first film. It's literally just a psychological thing with Jake Gyllenhaal set in the city. But there's so many like shots of like architecture
Right.
in like establishing where he is and how small he is in this world.
Okay.
There's a lot of the other stuff that he shows that are quite big.
Okay.
That's not natural, but I can't say without spoiling the film. And like the soundtrack of, he's just very good at filming like big things.
Yeah.
And letting them know this is big. And for a sci-fi thing, I think you need to do that.
Bro, ever want to do a Godzilla movie?
I think I said this. Do you remember I said this?
Hang on.
I said this when you asked this a few months ago. I said, Denis.
Whoa!
It all comes back round, mate. It all comes back round.
Whoa! Okay.
Because I think that's one of the reasons as well that he got the Blade Runner job. Is because the first Blade Runner, there's a lot of shots of like the futuristic architecture. Name one better person for it than him. He's just so good at establishing a setting. Like a lot of people praise the first scene when they set on the Arrakis is like very good. Like,
yeah,
a lot of modern films just do the bouncing to planets easily. This, when you go onto a different planet, you know.
Yeah, they make a whole fucking deal about it.
It's a massive ceremony.
Yeah.
Fly bagpipes, to be fair.
Yeah, sorry. How have bagpipes got here?
That's what I mean.
Right,
Even the old world stuff, why is it still there?
What universe is this set in?
Like
how far is it? One of them where we? Is it one of them where they don't go far back enough to this time?
I don't think so. No, not that I'm aware of. Like, could be wrong there.
We don't know how humans originally left Earth. None of that.
No, but like we know, we kind of went on the course that we did in terms of we mentioned this earlier in terms of like AI and stuff.
Yes.
There's a reason there's no AI or robots or aliens in this.
Yeah, it's not said though.
Yeah, to be fair, they might mention it later. I don't know if they will. It's it's one of them though. It's just like in Lord of the Rings, there's so much like lore they could drop.
Can you tell me?
I'll tell you it right now, mate. So there was a massive AI war. All went fucking mental.
The creative vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that eventually there's just a complete truce amongst everyone. Ban AI, ban guns, all this sort of stuff. Guns are obsolete anyway. We'll get into that in a sec.
It's because of the shields, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although the bombs got a way around that. Just drop the bombs slowly.
Well, no, but they drop, they're fast, and then they kind of vibrate slow enough to get through. But if you had to do with that, they do that, but then you've got enough time to just hit it out of the way.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so there's no AI, and instead of that, how do you work out interstellar travel? The spice, which is why Arrakis is the most important place.
So explain the jump, because I don't get that.
The jump?
Yeah. So it's like some dusty stuff equals space travel.
No, the dust allows them to see so if they're doing a technology of we want to jump to here.
Wait, so you don't mean? So do you mean essentially a sat nav?
It's literally.
So like you get an AI to plan the route.
Yeah.
The AI wouldn't move you.
Yeah, that's what like.
Right. That's what I've been thinking.
Like
mate.
in Star Wars, when they're like, we need to let the light speed charge up because it's charting a path that's not going to send you in light speed into an asteroid.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of them.
I thought it literally was the fuel source for it.
No, the spice is literally
a sat nav.
Organic, fucking gets you high enough to see the future and go. If we go this way, we're gonna get it into an asteroid. That's the
sat nav.
It's a literal like herbal. It's literally like imagine if you did weed, you'd see Kieran. If we go this route to the cinema,
why have you brought that up?
If you did that and go, Kieran, go right.
Kieran, we're not off to the cinema, mate.
Go right instead of left. Trust me, bro. Trust me, we'll get there 5 minutes faster.
That would be fire.
That's basically what it is. They can just see.
And also, so you can see the future.
To an extent, yeah.
Using it as a sat-nav seems a bit underwhelming, no?
I don't know the reason it might not be used for anything other than that. But I'm sure Frank has actually... Because a lot of the stuff... Which is why I like the world of Dune. There's literal... Like, everything's got a reason. He's not just put something in... just for cool sci-fi. He's thought about it.
Yeah, so there will be a reason.
Like there's actually like even though obviously a fucking massive sandworm couldn't exist.
I mean, it could.
No, it's more like like the bigger you get, these skeletons would get bigger.
And like the oxygen you need and the weight.
There is actual like biological stuff that makes it semi-believable. Like you can believe this.
I think the biggest issue is like gravity and stuff. That's why a lot of the bigger things are underwater.
Yeah, like their own structure. Cause the bigger your bones are, Yeah.
Big up. Biology.
Yeah.
I really want to read this.
Do
you know what? I think Dune would have a fire thing. Yeah. Fire like art book. You know, like behind the scenes book.
To be fair.
It's probably fire.
What I want as well.
All this shit.
I know he wanted to put a lot more in this because the Lord of the Rings got that, and the Lord of the Rings extended editions are famously the ones that people go for. Give me Dune extended.
How do you do that?
What do you mean?
How do you do an extended?
Because most of it's filmed anyway, like deleted scenes. And he wanted to make one anyway, I believe. There's like a 4-hour version of the final Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I know, but like they would have filmed that with that in mind to do that as well.
Yeah, I think so.
But if that was going to happen for Dune, they would say, wouldn't they?
I think something might have been said about it.
Could you get away with just doing it for the second one, though? Like, the first one don't need a director's cut necessarily, does it? You could just do it for the second and third.
Depends if he wants to do that. I'm not too sure, but I wouldn't
Dennis,
be opposed.
Mate, do it.
Get on it.
No, please, seriously, I'd really enjoy that.
But yeah, that's why literal Arrakis is the money bank. That's where it's literally the most important. Like, it's got the most important commodity. It's almost like oil, mate, isn't it?
Oh, wow, that'd be a crazy, like, comparison
metaphor,
to make.
yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
Oh, in the Middle East as well.
Yeah, desert land. That's interesting, isn't it? Wonder where Frank's got that from.
Bro, hang on. America hadn't even invaded Iraq when this book came out. Does he have access to spice?
What's he seen?
What is he seeing? Is this the modern day Nostradamus, mate?
But yeah, and then with the shields, we'll talk about the actual film itself, but we'll get into that.
I don't even think we need to that much.
We've seen films, but the shields, like, obviously...
They're fire.
That's why guns, like, even laser guns, are practically, like, obsolete.
Why would laser guns not work?
You can't get, like, instantly through the shield. Unless it's, like, high... Because I think there are some guns, like, high intensity, but, like, they're not practical when people are just running at you with swords all the time.
That's true.
Like, not people... Like, because, like, only slow-moving things...
Can penetrate the shield.
And that's what's so interesting, like, why you have swords. But then you've got to learn a certain form of combat, which you can fight quick, but then when you're going for a killing blow, you can slowly just...
Yeah, because the way...
Perfect the speed.
The way Big Josh...
Yeah.
Did that in that scene with Timothy, you know, where that's the scene that tells you slow stuff gets through.
Yeah.
The way he did that, brother, my mind was blown. I was like, whoa, how's he done that? It reminded really odd. Have you ever seen that thing of like Kimbo Slice? And he's a really big, fuck, I don't know his name. He's a really big Hollywood stunt coordinator guy, and he's showing him how to like throw a punch convincingly, and he does a thing like if you throw it slowly, you can't see it. It reminded me of that, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah, it's
I see the logic.
And
I've seen it IRL.
But I saw some people reacting to the film. I was like, why don't they just stop it so slow-moving things can get in? Then how's air going to get in? They did that, and then you'd suffocate, because air's slow-moving too.
Could you not do it slower moving?
But, like, to what degree? Because the calculations for that would be mental.
You do have the human calculator people, though, to be fair.
Yeah, but for, like, scientific stuff, and then for different planets.
Yeah,
different density of air in different areas and stuff. Like, how's the air going to get in?
Yeah, that's a good point. Different airs are different things as well, innit? Like, oh, shit, you've let all the carbon in.
Or not, different atoms have different speeds and stuff, so you'd be like...
Bro's getting no hydrogen.
So, like, that's what I mean, like, he's thought about these things.
Okay, that's fire. That's seriously fire, though.
Like, he's thought about it. And I'll get onto this now. No, I'm still going. But the bit you mentioned with... so it's Gurney, who's Josh Brolin plays, and then there's Duncan, Jason Momoa.
Yep.
That's what makes Paul so dangerous, because in law, at this point, they're probably, like, the two best individual fighters in terms of just, like, genuine skill.
In the whole world universe
like,
thing.
Definitely up there. Like, the top three at this point, probably. And Paul's been trained by both of them.
I don't think they did. I think they could have done a better job at establishing that level, but go off.
Yeah, I think they did for Duncan.
No, I got it for... Who's Duncan? Is that Jason?
Momoa.
I got it for Josh.
It's because...
I knew Josh was the shit.
It's that bit when he's just fighting the Harkonnens and the back off of him.
Okay, no, yeah,
that
was
like,
fire.
get the fuck back. Because the whole thing with...
Shit, yeah, actually.
You know, the Bolim, the Sardaukar, they're the Emperor's soldiers. Like, they're mental.
Yeah.
Obviously, you saw when they were just, like, flayed people's blood.
That is cold, though.
That image is really dark as well.
Yeah,
especially with the rain going onto it. But they're, like, the elite fighters in the entire galaxy. Like, it's mental how good they are. And he took out, like, 10 of them in that hallway alone.
Do you know what that scene reminded me of?
Yeah.
So bizarre. And again, it's just because it's what I know. Lone Wolf, mate. Halo Reach.
Yeah.
Cheers,
he's just, like, going up against, like... He's lost.
Yeah, and they keep piling on, but you don't
and
give
it's
up.
Like, it is like fighting elites, because he's fighting the best, and he's taking multiple... It takes multiple of them to kill him.
Wow. That's good. There was something else that reminded me of Halo, but I've forgotten it.
That's what the cool thing about the Fremen is that they're the only warriors in the entire galaxy that can match the Sardaukar.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Because you saw a lot how good because they can hide into the sand. They've got tactics.
Oh shit! Yeah.
They're like, and even Jason Momoa said, "I fought one of them, and I've never been so close to dying."
Oh,
you know when he's like,
yeah.
Someone like him saying one of them,
Yeah.
and I didn't even know where they were. They've been following me for days.
Yeah, they were watching. That's crazy.
One of them was like one of the hardest fights of my life.
Yeah, and then deep, there's more than one of them.
Like, imagine Master Chief just going, one of these guys was fucking mental, man.
Master Chief against that one brute in law.
Oh, another one.
The other bit that reminded me of Halo.
Yeah.
So bizarre.
That's what I mean. Halo's probably taken loads.
It definitely has. New Alexandria, you know when Noble Six comes up that hill and looks across New Alexandria as it's been shat on. It's when Timothy and his mum go up and look at the city that's just been fucking decimated.
Yes.
And then that's when you know, like, it's like, the same point.
It hits it in, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, well done.
Cheers.
That's what makes the Fremen so dangerous, because now you've got these really good warriors hard into the desert, and now they've got Paul in his reach. So when you see that vision of Paul, you've got the Fremen in armor with shields. Because like compare what they were wearing to what they normally wear. They've got the paw, they've got the Atreides money.
Oh my god, this is literally the elite switching sides.
And now you've got worms. Like the Sardaukar are now no longer, because they've been at the top. Now they've got like a rival.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Now they've got like these people who they've underestimated are now coming on a religious war. And Paul's using it because he wants that fucking throne, man.
But then the entire religion is waffle.
Yeah, their entire life is a lie.
So like the chosen one,
except the worm stuff, that's natural to them.
Yeah.
The maker.
But the Paul stuff. So you know, like the chosen one, is that even real, or did someone make that up?
Is what stuff?
The chosen one.
Him being a chosen one.
Yeah,
in
or
the sense of
the concept
there is
of
no chosen one, except that it's just literal genetics of, if you keep breeding people with good characteristics, you'll get a culmination that's pretty good.
Yeah, but
that's
not
all. There's no like prophecy.
It's not like it's just someone's said.
He's a science project from a cult controlling the politics.
So hang on,
and then to find out your mum's been part of it and known it. That's why the dynamic's so weird. Is like you knew all this fucking time.
Hang on.
It's crazy, isn't it, mate?
Hang on, I just need to. So you know all this like holy war and that. That's not real. It's not. It's real.
To
but
them,
it's
real. But yeah, no.
It's not real.
No.
Like they think there's some fucking shit up there.
They're just following the prophet, who's Paul. But Paul's just.
But Paul, the prophet's waffle.
It's just a science project now. He's literally just everything special about you came from a bottle.
Yeah, vibes. But then the idea of him was planted when that thing started. Yeah. So it's like if
Jesus came.
But it wasn't. It's just some geezer 400 years ago planned this.
Thought, imagine we just created this guy called Jesus.
So like, there isn't a chosen one.
No,
it's
mate,
all
the
waffle.
whole religion
it's
is
all political
bullshit.
propaganda type beat.
Where's he got that from?
But then what they've done is given a guy the power of a chosen one. But he's just a guy.
And now you've killed his father, taken him from his home originally, put him on a fucking hellhole of a planet.
Duncan, R.I.P.
Killed all his mates. Yeah, what's that going to do to a boy? And then give him power.
Who's not any different from anyone else. He's not a chosen one. He's a geezer. Okay, this is cool.
And then
this is fire. I didn't understand that.
And then give him a power of massive mythical worms that people think it.
Let's get into the worms, Kieran.
Yeah, with scale and stuff. The scene with the it's
first
literally
one.
Yeah, the simple one of him, the spice harvester.
Yes.
Like it's such a it's just such a normal. I like how it's not just big in sci-fi fest. They're just using goggles, talking about it.
Yeah.
They establish. I think they establish it quite well through dialogue. Like every worm comes every time, and it's like, yeah, it comes every fucking time.
Yeah, and then they wait till the last minute.
Yeah, because they want the money.
Yeah, and then it's just like, a casual thing.
Yeah, just like because it's literally this in Cam.
Yeah,
this happens every day.
It's like an enforced break, innit?
Yeah.
It's like imagine you're working in a factory and they just
worm in 5 minutes, guys.
Yeah, literally.
Put it in. Can you put my food in the microwave, mate?
Yeah. That's literally all it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool though.
Honey, put the kettle on. Worm's coming.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Worm's coming.
The big balloon is here. Also, a bit on that particular scene, it's one of them where it's gotta happen. But you know, like that convenient thing of like, of course it's happening now, we're here. Like they wait till a minute every time, but this is the one time it goes wrong. That's a bit.
But then they do kind of get. I agree with you, but they kind of get around it a bit in terms of like the Harkonnens of. Because this is one of the first days, and the Harkonnens of
sabotaged.
Yeah. But I do agree with you. It is like convenient. Like the main characters have to be here for this.
Yeah, but then they don't. They don't turn it into just a, oh, look, we're going to save the people thing. They do the thing with, he has the overdose.
The little spice thing. It's
the
literally
oversensitive
as soon
thing.
as he steps in, everyone else has been normal, and it's just like... The soundtrack in that...
Yeah, I thought that.
What?
Because I didn't clock he was high till after,
Yeah.
and it was with the doctor. But it's when he
just
came
like-
out, everyone's running to save these people, and he just picks up some sand.
Yeah,
I'm
and it's
like,
just
you alright? Bro's on
Bro just-
shrooms.
Bro hit the air straight away.
That grass scene in Midsommar.
But I think that whole segment is like the best in like a filmmaking thing of like it slowly just keeps panning to the worm. You know the worms come in, the music keeps building up, and it's a fairly like simple, like it's not a massive space battle. It's just we need to get these normal people out.
Yeah.
And as well that's what's for Letter, like Oscar Isaac's character, like that's when you're like, oh, he's not just a typical leader. He's just like fuck the spice.
Yeah, genuinely, I thought that as well.
Just like damn
I
the
thought
spice.
he was a knob.
Yeah.
But I think that's because that's just what you think he's going to be.
Yeah.
Because the dad normally is a knob,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah.
But then as soon as he said that, I was like, okay, he actually cares about the
Because
people.
like even when he sees that situation, he's like, how many people are on board, right? And he just turns it off and it dives.
Yeah.
Because he's like, right, we're getting them out.
And also, you
Fair play,
physically
mate.
can't fit them all on. But bro said we'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah, like
He's willing to put himself at risk.
We'll think about the logistics later. Let's go.
That's cool.
That's sick. He's
I like
a
that.
sick guy. And then
yeah,
like
I really like him. I don't know. I've not seen him in all, but he's a really good actor. I
agree.
like him.
He's really good in this as well.
He's just got a vibe, doesn't he?
He's Apocalypse, mate.
What?
That's what you've seen him in. He's Apocalypse, the X-Men, mate.
Yes, he is. I keep forgetting about
that. Best you do, mate.
We will
if anything.
build.
From the ashes. That's what. When I see the Shah Halud, I'm from the ashes of their world.
We will build a better one.
But yeah, the whole way it builds up to the worm coming.
Yeah.
And like the logistics of how's the worm going to move through sand? You know when it says it vibrates the sand to move it.
Yeah.
Because everything just collapses. That's fucking sick.
I like how that's filmed as well, by the way, because they've definitely just put sand on some speakers.
And just gone.
Yeah, and
It does look cool.
It's
to be
fire
fair.
how it is that. It's cool.
Yeah.
And I know it's weird, but snakes do a thing with that. They like shuffle a bit to go into the. It's like
Is
some
it
sort
rattlesnakes? Is that what they do?
yeah, it's like some sort of sand viper or something. They do
Okay.
that. So like again, it's drawn from real life
thought
stuff.
about it, it's thought
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
what I mean. It's good.
And when I'm talking about like how he establishes scale, you know the worms are big, but then so there's been so much based on this carrier thing. That one just eats it like it's nothing. Like you see, that's just its mouth.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just a bit of chewing gum or something.
You know what the bit for me was? It was when Big Tim and Jess.
Yeah.
Is that her name? Rebecca Ferguson.
Yeah. No, it's
That was
Lady
Jessica in
Lady
the film,
Jessica,
innit? Yeah. When they run away from the sandworm
Mm.
and it comes up
And it's its
to
mouth.
them, and genuinely, brother, I was like, okay, because like,
And that was a small one.
yeah, it does the thing where you don't see the full thing and it reveals itself. I'm like, okay, it's big. It's getting big. It's getting. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Why does the circle keep getting bigger?
Yeah.
And then he fucking like squares up to him, and I'm like, okay. And then the shot of him stood in front of it, and you're like, okay, there's levels to this game. Like,
That's a tiny
large.
one.
Yeah.
Like the one with that ate the carrier was a big one. And actually, this is just a flash forward because they've shown it in the trailers for the second one. But you know, when he's learning to ride the worms.
Spoiler. No, go on.
But when he's learning to ride the worms, and like, don't make sure it's not a small one. What I think, like, I could be wrong here, but I think I'm right. The one he rides is like, in terms of records, one of the either the largest or one of the largest ones ever seen. So that probably doesn't help. Then people believe but like the people believing he's the fucking.
Yeah.
Why is he on one of the biggest ones? On his
That's
first.
so funny.
Hold on. Look at this.
Why is he on it?
Hang on, it's still fucking going.
Well,
Oh my! Is that Dre?
that's. Bro's got a gummy wear wag.
Like, do you know what I mean? On your first practice go, you get the fucking big one.
Right, so hang on a sec. Again,
It's like having your first car and it's the TARDIS.
hang on. This feels a bit. No, that was my original question. So is that worm his worm now?
No.
Will he be on other worms, or are they gonna? Because if
Yeah. There's different.
they're not gonna make it where he constantly rides the biggest.
No,
Do you know
no,
how
no.
like Jake
No.
Sully from Avatar's got the biggest?
Yeah,
bird?
yeah. No.
Okay.
It's just whatever worm's near you.
Okay. But it is kind of
Yeah.
cool that they sort of have done that with it being his first one, being a massive one.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're going to twist it, and they're going to. Yeah, but it's not for the reason. It's not a good thing.
It's like imagine. It's just.
It's not wholesome.
Just stuff like. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, it's just like like that is a coincidence that he just gets either the biggest or one of the biggest. Just think about how many coincidences happen in life, and people go, "It's a sign from God."
Yeah.
Just like stuff like that just reinforces things
Yeah,
that have been
like
planted.
just imagine what's going through his head when he's riding it. It's like, you know what?
Oh, wait, maybe I am.
Maybe I am the chosen one.
Yeah, that's generally what... And that probably leads to him going a bit... When you get... Hold on, maybe I am the chosen one.
Okay,
here.
this unironically could be the greatest thing I've ever done.
Look, Paul goes crazy.
I'm going to need to rewatch it.
Paul goes different, mate.
I'm going to need to rewatch Dune.
But what else? Yeah, so the soundtrack is absolutely phenomenal, mate, if I'm honest with you.
Oh.
The IMAX is crazy.
Yeah, it's so funny, we'll say, because at the start, you leaned over to me and was like, fuck, we live in such like a commercial society. And then I leaned back into you and was like, I fucking bought it, mate. I was just thinking how sick IMAX is.
The IMAX ad. No, I love IMAX. It's just when we're in IMAX and you're doing
a little advertising
IMAX.
IMAX.
I know, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but it's really annoying because it got me, Kieran.
I do love IMAX. And the thing with Dune is, I'm glad you've seen this because I know Becca wants to see part 2 with us. If you're okay with that, mate.
Get in! Well, that'd be good, actually.
That'd be good.
Yeah, we could do that.
That's why I saw it originally in IMAX, and then I saw it twice when it was out, just in normal. But there's some, because he filmed this in IMAX.
Yeah.
There's a lot of screen grabs. You don't miss loads, but I remember the first one. You know, that it's at the start of the film where you see Dave Bautista like looking out on Arrakis and seeing all like the sand balloons and stuff.
Yes.
There's so much in the normal theatrical version that's just not in.
Wait, is IMAX the one with the extra stuff?
Yeah, there's so much extra stuff in Dune. So I know, Becca, if you're listening to this, because I know she only watched the normal version, there's just so much stuff that we would have seen that wasn't in shot.
I don't think I would like the normal version.
No, it's still good, but when you, like, it's one of them...
Yeah, I've seen it now, mate. I've seen it.
It's like when you've seen the Lord of the Rings extended, and then you watch the other, and you're like, why's that scene not there?
Yeah, it really should have been.
Yeah,
okay.
It really should have been.
Okay,
So
honestly...
that's why IMAX is a must.
Yeah, we're IMAXing 2, aren't we?
Yeah. Mate, let's just do normal.
Let's do it normal.
Let's watch it
you know what? Let's watch it on my TV.
Just get mid-summer day. We should wait till summer so the sun's in it.
Yeah, don't pull the curtains.
Just
get
have a good time.
everything on the Wi-Fi so it lags a lot.
Get the light on. Just get the dogs in here as well.
The prime cinematic experience, mate.
That's what he wanted.
Yeah, eat some raw salmon.
But it's Hans Zimmer. Did you know that?
Yeah, I saw that at the end.
Yeah,
I didn't know that, and then I looked at the end and I was like, all right.
Yeah. That bit, it's very different for him. No, it's not, because he's quite versatile. I think it's one of his best. In terms of, like, I feel it perfectly matches the vibe of literally what's on screen.
Yeah, it's one of them where the music's not... Yeah, it's one of them where the music's not really music.
No,
it's more
not
just like sound.
It's sound, like that woman is
sound.
just... But it's like religious, like when she's screaming, it's like a religious...
Yeah, it's fire.
Or like the drums of the...
I like that.
I just want to say as well, because I think the soundtrack goes really well with how, like, the sound of the film. Just think, that whole... the sandworm scene, like, did you feel the vibrations on the screen? Better than the fucking Trinity test. And it was just a worm attacking the land thing.
Mate, I'm going to be real.
The scale of that compared to the Trinity test.
Mate, I'm going to be real. You know when the town got the village, city, what do you call it?
Arrakis, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the planet, innit?
Yeah.
So what's the city
I'm
called?
not actually sure, mate.
We all know what I'm on about, though.
Yeah.
When that got attacked, that initial explosion...
Oh, yeah, it was mental, wasn't it? You could just... Why am I feeling that everywhere? But
no, brother, I was genuinely concerned for my heart. I was like, this is going to knock off the rhythm some point. Like, I'm genuinely scared. No, it was fire, though.
And he chose this over doing Tenet. He chose doing this soundtrack over Tenet.
Is it?
Yeah, he chose doing this.
Is that why he wasn't on Oppenheimer? Maybe Nolan's a bit...
No, I think because he was busy doing 2 as well. So 1, obviously he made the right choice in originally. And to be fair to Ludwig, his score for Oppenheimer is really good.
Isn't it Ludwig?
It could be. Right. Probably is, mate. Because it's the same spelling as Beethoven, isn't it? Yeah. So it would be Ludwig.
No way.
I'm sorry. You've beat me, mate. You've got me.
No, not that. Bros does the soundtrack for stuff and his name's Ludwig. That's fire.
Yeah.
That's actually fire.
But his Oppenheimer, so it's worked out for the best, but I'm glad you chose Dune over Tenet.
Yeah, this is a better movie than Oppenheimer, by the way.
Oh, yeah. It's not even close, mate.
Yeah, I just hate that, though. Christopher Nolan says
no, but it's just like in terms of like context, people have always been saying, I'm going to mention one, then I'm going to mention the other. People will say it more for the one, but I think both deserve it. You never get those big blockbusters that actually have like some like actual artistic vision. Mm-hmm. Original Lord of the Rings, which is obviously very similar to this, and big sci-fi big franchise that's based on a very popular book.
Okay.
And then you've got Pirates, which in terms of like a big massive blockbuster.
All right, yeah.
And there's actual like decent shots and stuff compared to like...
Is there?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
It might just be that type of film. I can't
But like,
see it like that.
Like directors just like with actual vision.
Not Harry Potter.
Yeah. No, but even then, think about how long ago they were.
And the fact that they had like 48 different directors, so it's not that much vision throughout, is there?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay,
in terms of just like a singular, like three, because the first three pirates are all the same guy, and you can tell.
So first three pirates.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I sort of see where you're going.
I think with them, as they were storyboarded in the sense of they'd planned how every shot was kind of going to look. There'd been years of planning.
Okay.
In the sense of it, and they had a stacked cast, like same with Lord of the Rings.
And
everyone was like, "We'll probably never see these." That was probably just a 2000s thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the first one since then. Has such a high cast stack, good director, massive budget, big IP that pulls people in. Like it's been a long time since we've seen something like this.
Even without the IP, it's the only one.
Yeah, like there's nothing.
What
have we had?
No, seriously, what's come out? That is what I will say about
this film. The MCU thing has took up the 2010s.
Yeah, it's kind of shit, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I will say about this film.
Yeah.
I got the sense that they liked what they were doing. Do you know what I mean? The people who worked on it because they wanted to.
Like, Denis read it when he
was unreal.
I know Austin Butler. I watched some on him the other day.
So you're saying I should watch the second one without knowing out? Do you think?
Not knowing out. No, it's just the way this stuff is filmed for him.
Oh, in like.
Oh, black and white. Yeah. I think the choice, because he's on Getty Prime for that, the choice to show that world full of the nutters through like a black and white lens would be quite good. Considering they're like all white and albinos, if you're doing it through black and white and you're showing him doing monstrous things, I think it's just a nice visual choice. I like that. I like it. And I know he read it when he was like a teenager.
That's fire. Is it actually... So his bits are all black and white?
I think because I think he'll travel off world, but like the stuff we see of him when we first introduced to him will all be like that.
Okay, but why isn't it like that for anyone else? Any of the other?
I think it's because they're going to show that planet properly for the first time.
So is that the planet we were on where they were doing that weird blood draining?
No, that's a different planet. It might be the one that had the Skarsgård guy. Because I know they're in the same circle, but then we only see.
Who's the Skarsgård guy? Who's he?
The floaty.
Who's he with?
The Harkonnens. Sorry.
And.
That's who Fade's with, I believe.
The Harkonnens, right?
Yeah.
Who were the people who were like the Emperor's Knights?
Sardaukar.
Is that the blood draining place?
Yeah.
Right.
But that's not even the capital. That's just the planet for the fucking army.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
But what are the people called?
The Sardaukars.
Yeah. Okay. And then another question.
Yeah.
I imagine it might come out. Who the fuck is the Emperor?
You're gonna see him, mate.
Is he in the next film? He's been cast.
He's in the next film.
Is it Christopher Walken?
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he have the funny voice?
We've heard. Walking here, but no, we've heard one line of dialogue, and it seems like pretty. I like it. I like the vibe.
Okay, I'm gonna.
It seems like a horrible, evil grandpa, a bit, but like he's just a pathetic little man in the sense of.
Okay, yeah.
Like this whole thing is because the Skarsgård said it's like the Emperor's just a jealous, cruel man with loads of power. Like the only reason they were sent there is because everyone was. Letters and the Atreides family was really popular, and really getting a very good army. Okay, and a lot of the houses liked Letter because he was just a sick guy. So
Oscar Isaac.
Yeah,
I like him.
So the Emperor was like, no. They're a threat to my power.
To this place.
Even though, like, obviously they had no intention of going near him. He was like, nah, they're making me feel weird, mate. So he sent them there to die.
Yeah. So like, how did that deal come? What was the deal?
Well, it was like it was an Emperor's decree, so like they had to do it.
But what was it? Who owned it before?
The Skarsgård guys. They've owned it for years and years.
So how come he took it off them? Was it just to give it to Oscar's people?
Because that's why when you see Batista shouting at Skarsgård, he's like, "How could you let them take it from us?" He's like, "Mate,
we'll get it back in a minute."
Yeah, he is like, "Don't." He says, "When it's a gift, not a gift," and he's like, "Don't be sure it's an act of love. Like, we're gonna get to kill them. It's fine."
Oh, okay. Yeah. So are they in on it? The Harkons and the Emperors.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they were talking about no satellites, because like in the book, Sardaukar are there, but they're dressed as Harkonnens. But obviously, visually, they're trying to introduce it's the Emperor's people, but they're not supposed to be there because that's neutral. Okay. They're like, we need your fucking. There's a lot of words in it, man. I'm aware. I'm saying many words.
Break it down. So
Harkonnens, yeah. So the guys in the black armor, Batista. Think of Batista.
Batista and Floaty Boy.
Yep, yeah.
They're the same people.
And then you got the blood guys, the white armor.
that had like they had this on them a lot. The guys that killed
Momoa.
Aquaman. Yeah.
They weren't supposed to be in this.
Yes.
But they've gone there 'cause there's no satellites around Arrakis.
Right.
So they've snuck in, helped them.
Yep.
And then, what? This has all happened. Wow.
Okay. So
we weren't a part of this.
Is this where on Blood Drainy Island, where he was like, "Nah, we're the fucking best. We don't need the extra lot."
They were like, so that conversation was basically the Harkonnen saying the Sardaukar, the white Momoa guys.
Yep.
With like, why do you need us? Because you've got the Harkonnens have loads of numbers, so it's like you should be fine anyway.
Right.
But Atreides are like sick warriors because they're trained by Gurney and Momoa, who are the best fighters anyway.
Okay.
So they're a decent army.
So then that lady was basically like, "No, you need to be there."
So it was like, yeah, can we please just like get you here?
Okay.
And they were like, if the Emperor commands it, we'll do it.
So as soon as she was like,
yeah,
he commands
right,
it,
then we'll do it.
Okay, because they only listen
They
to
follow
what he does.
what the Emperor commands. Yeah.
Oh.
They're like the King's Guard.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I really liked how they just fucking zip line.
Yeah.
Like, what are they attached to?
Don't worry about it, man.
It's like the Spider-Man webs, innit?
When you saw them on the ship drop in.
No, but then there's just
bridge,
loads of points.
yeah.
Oh, no, there was a ship above them. But it's just funny because you don't see the ship.
And it is like that bit where you see the Atreides are like fighting off loads of Harkonnens like
That's
it's nothing.
so fire.
They come down, battles over, they wipe them out in seconds.
Yeah, that scene was elite, and I really... What is that noise?
That's crazy. I don't know what that was.
All right. That scene was really good. I really like the shields because it just looks cooler because you got the flashing blue and red lights, and it just looks cool. Like, take away that aesthetic from the fight, it's still a cool fight thing, but like that on top of it, it's cool.
Like I remember, I was a bit bugged at some points because it's hard to see what's going on when they're fighting. But like at that point, when it's those two armies clashing against each other, realistically, you're not going to be able to see what's going on. Cause at that point in combat, techniques don't matter much. It's literally slash before you get slashed.
Yeah, it's not a fucking yeah. And, that's a thing. Sometimes we're smart enough to get the vibe, you know what I mean? Like, I understood what was happening in this. Violent.
Yeah.
I was so sick when they came down and then they turned around and then just got fucking slaughtered.
Like it's nothing.
No.
And that bit, I forgot to mention it, it's a really just cool lore bit, but you know when Paul's having his little trip?
Yeah.
And it's like, I can sense your footsteps, old man. Which is a callback to that training scene where it's like, oh, I knew it were your footsteps.
Yeah.
But there's a double meaning because the Shai Hulud is also known as the old man of the desert. And obviously because he's high on spice, he's just sensing the Shai Hulud's like right next to him. So obviously he meant Gurney, but he was obviously just saying he could sense the worm was here. That's why he's like, I can recognise your footsteps. He meant the vibrations of the desert.
So the worm is called the old man.
Yeah, the Shai Hulud is like the old man of the desert.
So when
the maker.
Timothy said old man, and we thought it was a cool callback to that earlier scene.
Also, it's because he was high on spice and he was like...
He was talking about the worm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fucking
There's meaning,
fire.
The old man.
See, how am I meant to know that?
I don't think that's... Because I feel like even if it was a callback to the Gurney thing, it was still cool. Especially like, you know, how they edited it.
No, but I didn't even know that the worm was called the old man.
I think that's just... like there's bits in Lord of the Rings you're not going to get unless.
But I think that should be in.
But how would that?
That's so easy to put in. Do you know the books he's listening to in the background? Just have it in one of them.
I agree.
I know a tree's got 450 deep root, but I don't know it's called the old man.
Yeah, I agree. I agree on that one.
Yeah, cheers, pal.
The bit I like because you were talking about the zip wire.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such a nice moment because you know when all the Fremen guys are just putting the spit into the water to do their thing.
Yeah.
And it just pans to that like a really old Fremen.
Yep.
And he instantly knows something wrong. But then it shows how silent the Sardaukar is. And it just shows that these people just know the desert. He's lived, like 60 years. He's heard every single sound the desert
he
has
knows
ever
that
made.
isn't a desert
and he
sound.
even knows the slightest, even the way like the sand's moving, he's like, that's not right.
Yeah.
I just think that's such a cool
That's
little
heavier
detail.
than any boot I've seen.
Yeah, he's just like, that's
cool.
And then obviously when they're hiding under the thing, it's just fucking sick.
Right, Kieran, my big question. What the fuck is that creature?
Which one? Yeah, the weird little ant thing.
Will we see more?
Yeah, there's more of weird shit. And it's got the weird little human... It's fucking weird.
Right.
Get out.
Slight, I've lied to you. I watched the Corridor Crew video on Dune.
Okay.
So I've seen that
That
creature
little
before.
weird ant thing with a human brain.
No,
Yeah,
but
it's weird.
I want it.
There's more, mate. There's more.
Is there?
I hope there's some more.
Does it get
there should be.
validated for me? Because that's my favourite shit.
Yeah. The
That's
weird.
my. I like it. What is it?
I wish I could. It's just like weird experiments, mate. Yes.
So it's not even real. Like it's not a real
like,
thing.
oh, the pet can't understand, and she speaks English to it. And it's like it understands.
Yeah, and she silenced the thing.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Why can it speak English?
So
whose pet is it?
It's the Harkonnens guys, mate. When fucking Josh
is
Brolin
it?
was talking about how brutal they were, they're just fucking weird nutters, mate.
Oh, snake guy who's not a snake.
Yeah.
It's their pet.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the old woman's.
I don't know if it's just exclusive to Harkonnens, but I just know they do like really weird shit.
Why the fuck was she even there?
She was going to be like spare Paul and Jessica because they're part of my design.
Yep, I remember. One thing.
Go
One
on.
of the coldest lines I've ever fucking heard, ever. We plan in centuries.
Yeah. Like your little tiny little minds can't even comprehend it.
Yeah, lad, we've got
That soundtrack
fucking...
where it's like, just the whispering as they're coming down to the planet.
Yeah.
Mental.
That's what I mean. It's not music, so I don't notice it as soundtrack,
Yeah,
but
I'm just like,
it's good.
You know this is a cult. Oh, no, yeah. In terms of like IMAX and stuff and the sound in cinema, I've seen it at home. It's still good, but the way the voice hits you, especially with the old woman, which is like, when it's like, you dismissed my mother in her own house and she's come here.
Yeah.
And for like the way that's edited, she says it and he's instantly there.
Yeah.
Even someone who's trained as her, she just uses it once. It's like he's just been in a trance.
Yeah, so the mum can use the voice as well,
Yeah.
by the way. That
She's trained in it. She
Okay.
was a Bene Gesserit. She was part of them.
So what's the chosen one called? I thought that was a Bene Gesserit.
No, he's a... Listen, now there's fucking...
Oh,
loads of names for
I
him.
thought that Benjamin word.
Yeah.
I thought that was the chosen one word. Is that just the sisterhood?
No, yeah, that's the sisterhood, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bro's the night sister. Do you know what I mean? Bro's the listener.
Why was that guy deaf? Is it? It's.
He was
sorry.
just he was just a soldier
He was
who
just
was
deaf.
deaf.
But
Yeah.
does that mean he can't be affected by the voice?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's cool.
Shame he died first.
One thing I also want to mention, just for law stuff, this is something I wish that was in the medic, being the traitor. That was so surprising because, like, that obviously he had the power to like kind of sense medical things, but they're like engineered like biologically, where betrayal is practically impossible. Like they can't be untruthful to those that they're assigned to.
Because they're designed to be health
Kind
things.
of, yeah.
Like a doctor
no,
can't
it's
lie
real,
to
but
you.
I can't remember the exact reason. But him being it, this is more a book thing. But when you read it and it's described, it's like him is just being like, "What do you mean? You of all people is the one?" Because it's practically impossible for
Like
him
him
to
specifically.
just no, because because he has that thing.
Yeah,
there's
their
loads
thing.
of, like in every house will have one. It's like impossible for them
Yeah.
to turn.
Yeah, that makes sense. You wouldn't want the
Yeah.
guy who's like giving you medication
Yeah.
to put something in it.
So like
The fact see
it's
why
it's a bigger deal when that happens.
again? Why have they not mentioned that?
I agree.
For fuck's sake!
But I think that actually what had to just be cut for runtime.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, but sometimes not even like if the studio says we want to cut this down,
No, genuinely,
there's nothing you can do.
it's so stupid though. Isn't
I
it?
agree. I
want
agree.
to sit down for a 5-hour Dune film. I might like that one.
I would. But that's one I thought that should have been in. I've always said
so
that.
I need to hear about the 450 deep route.
I do like the route there.
No, so do his plants as well. You know,
Seen the
I feel,
little
you know
rat
how I feel about
guy.
plants, mate.
Yeah, mate, the Fremen love them, mate.
Yeah. So what? That little greenhouse they've got.
So they mentioned it. One, Arrakis didn't used to be pure sand.
I missed that.
And they didn't mention it, but I've only found this out from like. But I don't even think they mention it in the first book.
Okay.
I know this is like deep lore stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, but it wasn't meant to be. I think it was water at some point, but the worms have slowly like turned it into this. The worms aren't even native to Shai-Hulud, to the Arrakis. I've only just found that out.
So how are they?
Done.
How are they in their mythos? Like the way they are.
Mate, it's complicated, mate.
Is it a more organic one where it's not necessarily like they're some god being? They're just useful. Do you get what I mean? It's more like a...
Yeah.
But because of just the language is used, you think it's a big holy
When they
thing.
talk about it being like when she's like bless the maker and his water, in the sense that is true of they are the thing that keeps the Arrakis ecosystem alive. you can go into. I'll tell you about the biology like one day, but like the way with what they feed on when they go through the desert feeds the other things that. It's basically like like whales eating shrimp.
Yeah. But what
it's
things
like a
is
life
there?
cycle.
What
There's
other
little
things
things within the sand
sand.
things, and that creates them. But they need to
Okay.
eat them, so there's not too much. Yeah, it's crazy. And like they work out. I don't know where I found this out, but there's a worm like every 40 kilometers, and they can sense it. So like basically wherever, if you're in the desert, you're near one. I think that's just scary as fuck. And like at all times.
It's like that thing about you're always 10 foot away from a rat.
Yeah.
Except you're always 40 kilometres away from a fucking worm.
That can get there in minutes.
By the way, it's one of them kilometres long.
Yeah, it's getting there quite quickly. Because that's when you're thinking, they need to do the rhythmic walk. No,
that's cool. I really like that.
You need to do the rhythmic. You can't just get away with it because it'll hear.
Yeah.
Because there's no other sound to mask it.
But then when it just sense that that's happening, because I know that replicates that sound of the desert. But then when it notice that there's more sounds of the desert,
that's just assuming it's like really intelligent. Like to be that intelligent to notice a pattern. I don't know if it could. Maybe it does. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
You
ever thought of that?
I haven't until there. But I really like how it's filmed.
Sure, it's a film as well, isn't it?
I forgot about that. Yeah.
It's not just a law book.
Like I think it flows quite well as a film. It doesn't feel too Part One-y, which I like.
It feels very Part One-y.
Do you think?
It feels so unbelievably Part One-y.
I thought that the first time.
Mate, it feels so.
But the more I watched it, the more it feels like a first of a trilogy. But it doesn't feel too isolated by that. Do you know what I mean?
You know what it feels. Is it the second Pirates that ends?
Yeah.
But then the first one ended. The first one was a film.
Yes, yeah.
This one isn't a film. This is a first part. It's like
okay.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
the first part of the Spider-Verse 2-parter
feels its own thing.
But then the first film.
I don't think
like
it's as bad as Spider-Verse, but I do agree.
Yeah, something about it just didn't. I wasn't satisfied with my experience. I didn't feel like I'd been. Do you get what I mean?
I like with Paul's visions, they're not always exact truths, the possible futures. In the sense of, do you know how like he had the vision where it was Jamis, the guy he kills in the end, but he was speaking about.
Yeah, he was being nice to him,
and he was like, "I'll show you the ways of the desert."
Yeah, I was confused at that.
But when you think about it, that did happen. Him killing him allowed him to become part of the Fremen and learn the ways of the desert.
Wow.
So his dreams are kind of like. You can't just take them at face value.
Is that why the Zendaya thing?
When she stabs him.
But she wasn't. She was just giving him a blade.
Yeah, and it's just like, what's that going to mean?
But he just imagined it as giving her. But it was literally just, here you go. Wow.
Like that's what I mean, and that's what the doubt he must feel. Then was like, am I going to do these things? Am I not? Is this going to happen?
So, go back to that battle one.
Yeah.
There's the one where she's showing him.
Yeah.
And then there's the one where he's in it.
Yeah.
Are they literally the same thing, but just an updated? Because of the things that have happened.
Yeah.
Like, he's got closer in with them. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Fire film.
Yeah. The visions are crazy. And it is like, it gets more and more, like, philosophical. Like, I think that when James is like...
Who's that, by the way?
The guy he kills.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, life isn't a mystery to be solved. It's a process to be...
worked through.
And you must go along with the process. I think that's, like, actually genuinely, like, good philosophy. Like, stop trying to figure everything out and just, like, if you just go with...
Is that all philosophy is? Because it just sounds like drunk chat at a pub.
I don't... To an extent, yeah.
All right.
But that's where the meaningful chats happen, mate.
Wow. Yeah, that's what I mean.
And one thing I am annoyed at... Well, not annoyed at, but...
No, he's annoyed.
I am annoyed at.
Go on.
But it's just a nitpick, but... Did you notice the fear is the mind killer thing?
Yes.
A bit, yeah. I don't like how they portrayed it as a background thing. Like, I feel, when Paul says it, when it's said in the book, it's like it's obviously a big philosophical thing, but it's like fear is the mind killer. Fear is the death that brings destruction. When I let the fear pass through me and move with me, like Janice says, only I remain. And that whole thing just matches with how Paul becomes. It's like just abandon fear. It's just it halts you once you just let it flow through you. It's just me. Like, there's real philosophy in that, but then it was just a background thing. But then it was good for, like, the mother, like, having to calm herself because she's just sent her son in with, like, the head of her order, who she knows isn't fucking fuming.
Yes. So what was she? So the objective of that little mantra. It's just So like you don't hold it. Like if you just let it, it's just gonna go type beat. Is that all it is? So like her son's being fucking tortured. So it's basically just like, let's not even stress about it. It's happening. Let it happen. Is that all it is?
Yeah, because then I can react properly if I just accept the situation and not stop worrying about what's going to happen. I'm just like, I'm in this situation. Only I remain then, and then I can move through it.
Okay, and not the fear all that stuff. Okay, that's fine.
Because then this is like the paranoia, the things that fear can lead you to do.
Yeah.
It's the little death that brings destruction, which is like the little nagging thing.
Okay,
it's like doubt.
Yeah, that's
it's
fine.
good. But I get why they used it for like her, because it was she. I think she acted that quite well. You know, when she was just like shaking.
Yeah, she does that very well.
Yeah, she cries a lot in this, mate. To be fair, and she can do it.
Sorry, Ailish.
It's quite good. But yeah, I love the film, mate. But it's for me, like I was saying to you earlier, like with the first Lord of the Rings film, it's not. There's not like the big battles and stuff. It's more you building it. There's battles, kind of like there's battles in this, but it's not.
Oh my god, maybe that's why I never liked Lord of the Rings, you know, because I just watched the first one and stacked it off.
But as well, once the battles are sick in Lord of the Rings, but once you like watch the first one, it's them just going through the mountain with the bros. It's like, you know what, this is actually vibes.
Okay.
Take me back. It's like Iron Claw, mate. Take me back to the start when they were just wrestling for fun.
I just want the wrestling again.
Like I like what I'm seeing now, but I want the happy. But yeah, I'm hyped for the second one, mate.
Yeah, so am I, and it's only in like, well, for you, lovely people, it's a week. But for us, it's like 2, 3.
I think he's taking a break as well between the second and the third. As in doing another film in between. Because I remember he was...
Oh, no, because this is finished. The film, this. So he could already be filming it.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
But it's like with Lord of the Rings, they filmed that all back to back.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I remember Denis was like, after doing one Dune, I don't understand how he did it. Like, the toll it takes in you to do these big films.
Does James Cameron do the Avatar?
Yeah.
James Cameron didn't do anything from Avatar 1 to 2.
No, he didn't.
What?
But the thing is, though, all the Avatars are filmed out there.
Yeah, they hired someone when they were 5, brother, for them to be in the 8th movie. This Avatar could be the coolest thing ever. Anyway, it's not an Avatar thing. There is a few Avatar.
That brings us
things.
To a conclusion, mate.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, it's been a long
finally,
one.
mate. It's been fucking 12 hours.
Good. Yeah, it has actually as well.
Yeah.
Good time. Good fun.
No, yeah, that's because you came before we actually got to the cinema. Yeah, it's been 12 hours, mate.
But a nice little 12-hour shift.
Yeah, So, shout out to you guys. Please listen.
Listen.
Make it worth it.
Thanks very much, guys.
Yeah, I've been Joe.
I've been Kieran.
And this has been Definitely Serious.
Bolim, balim, bilim.